Welcome to Data Drivers. I'm your host, Andrew Smith of ThinkUncommon. As you know, if you've been joining us throughout this journey, in this series, we examine how retailers are winning by developing an informed relationship with their customers, better understanding what their customers want, and using data and analytics to deliver increased sales. This episode is all about the development of cloud-based analytics dashboards that provide real-time insights into sales, inventory, and customer behavior. In this fascinating discussion, we'll also take a closer look at how the cloud is being implemented by retailers to scale and reshape how we use data. Now, before we get started, don't forget to check the description below for the information and news about what's coming up from the Retail Cloud Alliance. Now let's dive in.
We've seen cloud adoption rates exceeding expectations. The pandemic acted as a major catalyst, forcing retailers to rethink their operating models, and disruptions ever since introduced challenges to siloed legacy systems that lacked the agility and resilience needed to get ahead of supply chain problems. Many retailers have stories that have been born out of the cloud, having to digitally transform overnight in a way that was entirely unprecedented. We've seen the cloud adoption has significantly transformed the retail industry. Think about maintaining stores as micro-fulfillment centers and having to provide customers with last mile delivery options. These new business models have accelerated the need for digital transformation. Cloud also enables retailers to innovate faster, scale globally. What an absolutely thrilling time this is with AI and generative AI and Azure Cloud making generative AI more accessible to more people with greater computational power. It really underscores the need for cloud migration, addressing core fundamental work to get your data in a condition that can be leveraged by some of these advanced technologies now.
The cloud market has grown phenomenally, as you notice, across all industry sectors, particularly retailing. Estimates put the cloud market anywhere between today $600 billion to $650 billion globally, and North America is about 70% of the cloud market. And it is projected to grow between 15 to 20%. In about 4 to 5 years, we're looking at over $1 trillion plus a market. So the adoption rate has significantly grown thanks to all the latest development in the AI, data science, machine learning, and computer vision. All of these are accelerating the adoption.
So cloud-based analytics dashboards are seeing two major developments. First, analytics dashboards are no longer just a standalone tool that pulls data from various applications. It is becoming a platform-level service that is seamlessly embedded in each and every application, as well as in multi-application workflow functions. Rather than using the dashboard to do analysis, going to the application to create and execute workload, and then coming back to the dashboard to review KPIs, we're now seeing analytics increasingly integrated and incorporated into the user interface. Secondly, cloud-based analytics dashboards typically utilize a central data cloud model that can combine data from many different sources, not only the internal and proprietary data, but also external data such as weather, events, social media sentiments, etc. Dashboard and analytics tools is a great addition to any SaaS platform, and it's a good way to enable customers to achieve the scale and capabilities they need.
One of the big reasons why we've moved to cloud and moved away from on-prem or locally service servers, for lack of a better term, is that scalability issue, right? Instead of having to have multiple servers across multiple areas and having to manage each one individually, now we can do it in a centralized way. Second of all, we talked about earlier about that scalability issue in terms of data access, right? Being able to scale and to be able to pull more and more information. If I have all of this on a localized server, we can understand very quickly, if you have one store, that's okay. Now you have two. Now you multiply that by regions, you multiply multiple stores and distribution centers and logistics nodes and planning areas. All of a sudden now you see the complexity of having an on-prem type solution where you have to manage each one of those servers in its own way. By the way, you're not managing them all synchronously, meaning if I have an issue with one server and I get to it, well, the other store, I might have to wait another couple of weeks to get to it. And all of a sudden now you're having almost servers at different levels, if you will, different versions, if you will, of the data, of technology, et cetera. So when we move to this cloud-based way of approaching this, you have one area where you can update the algorithms, you can update the software, you can update the data, you can ensure the security patches are there. So you really see the ability of the retailers to take advantage of this technology.
I'd like to put it in terms of the 5 E's of business processes that every business is concerned. The first E is I talk about engagement with the customers. Now it is making it easier to engage with the customers with lots of proactive actions. So for example, a retailer can, recommend new products to the customers. That's engagements. Then second, I would call it enlightenment. That is using data analytics to get some insights about customers and then use that effectively. And the third E I'm going to talk about is empowerment. Empowering sales associates, empowering retail employees to be very smart with respect to customer management, inventory management, and business management in general, by getting all the data in real time. And the fourth E I'm going to talk about is efficiencies. Allows you to cut costs and be more targeted in terms of business results. You can be more efficient in supply chain management, inventory management, omni-channel fulfillment. All of these things can benefit from a cloud-based system where you get real-time data and process them efficiently.
So I would say in order to really take advantage of AI and machine learning, retailers must adopt cloud. Cloud and AI together can provide the foundation to really aggregate data, develop and refine the artificial intelligence and machine learning models, create and optimize many different scenarios in things like demand planning, inventory forecasts, warehouse transportation management, as well as omni-channel fulfillment. Cloud-based platforms can also leverage generative AI and large language models to support users in conversational experience, where users can interact with the application in their natural language while collaborating across many cross-functional teams. Supply chain is a complex set of processes for every retailer. The best way to achieve supply chain optimization and transformation is to really take advantage of cloud-based technologies powered by the latest AI capabilities to analyze, anticipate, and automate.
It's the unification of data into a common format that's so integral for end-to-end visibility across the value chain to understand real-time inventory and tracking, the root cause of delays and disruptions, applying AI and ML to your data. Unified data enables more efficient collaboration across stakeholders, suppliers to transportation, stores, and last mile providers. When everyone has the same accurate and up-to-date information, we streamline communications and decision-making to get it right for the end consumer in terms of right product at the right place at the right time. And really, cloud enables, AI enables advanced decisioning with capabilities like tracking the status of orders with vendors, enable decisioning around distribution to outlets from main stores or whether transfers should be done through a local distribution center, providing a more accurate and up-to-date promise date to receive stock with Where Is My Truck support, identifying what is on the truck so that a retailer can then help mobilize their frontline workers in a way that's most optimal, and analytics around how long inventory will last with key performance indicators like days on hand, all helping to improve forecast accuracy, planning, replenishment, eliminating stockouts by executing in near real time, shortening delivery times, and looking for more optimal opportunities for better customer experiences.
The biggest issues I see in retail and supply chain is understanding truly your full chain, right? Meaning your inventory, your finished goods, all the way back to the raw material, to the sourcing. And as a good retailer, I think the ability to have that visibility by being able to lean on cloud technologies, meaning, again, grabbing a lot of information from different areas, and now potentially applying some type of AI tool to it to better understand things like planning, right? So let's say, for example, I'm Levi Strauss and I'm trying to plan for next season's rollout. How am I able to gather even more points of information and maybe do a little bit better planning in anticipation of A, what my end consumer might be looking for, B, what my supply chain has the capacity to manufacture. And C, what is the time frame by which I can get that product from the thought process or from the drawing board to the storefront. And I think when we look at the ability to leverage this cloud technology, which again is tapping into mountains of data, to be smart about it, to be more real time about it, it holds out a promise, I think, for retailers in their supply chain to be that much smarter than we were 10, 15 years ago. Because again, 10, 15 years ago, and even still today, sometimes we're limited by our silos. We just see what we see because we can't see beyond those walls. Now, with the ability to leverage more cloud, we should be able to get more access to information that falls outside of our traditional areas, if you will, and ingest that information into things like planning, inventory positioning, demand sensing, etc.
In our next episode, as part of the Modern Retail Experience, we'll be showcasing how cloud-based training tools and AI-powered systems are improving employee training and productivity in retail stores. To learn more about the Retail Cloud Alliance, don't forget to click the link below and subscribe to our channel so you're first in line to watch the latest episodes. I'm your host, Andrew Smith of ThinkUncommon. See you next time for more Data Drivers.